5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Utkarsh Tandon, and I welcome you all once again to this special broadcast of the review of day one's play in this fourth test of the ongoing Border-Gavaskar series, the last test of this series. A mixed day for India, as first of all, talking about the changes, because still there are the clouds of injury over this Indian team. So there were 4 changes. Out of that, there were 3 debutants. So T. Natarajan, Shardul Thakur, and Washington Sundar made their debuts, while Mayank Agarwal was also in. So 4 changes for Team India. On the other hand, Australia, as the team was announced yesterday only of Australia. So Will Pucovski injured his shoulder, and Marcus Harris came in as his replacement. So these were the 4 changes. As I mentioned, that a mixed day of cricket for the Indian cricket team, because 274 for 5 is the score as of the stumps in at day 1, and on this good batting track of Brisbane, I think India did well as they managed to take 5 wickets. Now, for more of the analysis, I have my experts, Monty Panesar and Varun Kumar. So, a warm good afternoon, guys. Paji, good morning on your side in London.
Yeah, good morning.
So Paji, on this beautiful track, as I mentioned, of Brisbane, good batting track. If you settle in, you have a lot of runs to score. So on this track, India managed to take 5 wickets, and Australia also scored at a very good run rate. So they managed to win 74. So how do you see the day?
Yeah, look, well, Marcus Labuschagne, he's obviously brilliant. He averages 124 at Brisbane, and that 100, he sort of left the ball, I think, intentionally because of the bounce of the pitch, and that's something that I think, the Indian batsmen, when they come out to bat, they'll probably look at maybe at Brisbane, it's probably easier to leave the ball, but it's also quite easy to pull, when the ball is from hip to, that sort of height, between chest to hip height. It's that kind of ball where you have to pull, you can't really duck. So look, Indians had their chances. It's a few debutants, a couple of, players, who making their debut. So, some good memories for them. But to be honest, they did have their chances. They dropped twice. They've dropped, Marcus Labuschagne twice, and there could have been a different ball game. There could have been 7-8 down. So it's overall, with the attack they had, I think they had a good day.
Okay, yeah. So one correction, that I just forgot that Shardul Thakur, it's not his debut, but I forgot because he made his debut against West Indies, where he got injured bowling his first over only. So that's a correction from my side. It's not his debut. And now coming to Varun, how do you see the day? Because if we see as I mentioned, the cloud of injuries today, also Navdeep Saini got injured in between. So India, by default, were playing with only 4 bowlers, and in that also they managed 5 wickets, and they didn't allow these Aussies to cross 300 mark.
Well, if you talk about the day, definitely at the end of the day, Australia looking in a little bit of comfortable position, but still, I feel that India did really a good job, especially with such an inexperienced bowling lineup. That Natarajan making his debut, and Siraj is leading this bowling lineup with just 3 test old experience he's having. If we compare to the bowling of Australian and Indian bowling lineup is just 9 test of experience are there between all these 5 bowlers. Somehow they managed really well, and it could have been better if the catch was not drop of Labuschagne, because he scored that brilliant century after that, after getting that chance. And we know that those are big, very big names and the class players. They if you give chance to them, definitely they will come up with big innings. But still, I believe India did really well, and still they have a good chance if tomorrow they come up and break this partnership, because we know that after that tail will follow them. And but the only that after taking the new ball, there was some, you can say, loose delivery was bowled out. And you can this partnership got some extra runs, I believe, extra 20 or 25 runs that India could have managed to stop them around 250 today at the end of the day. But because of some loose deliveries and some offline deliveries bowled by the bowlers with the new ball, they managed to get some quick runs. Sundar bowled very well, Natarajan bowled really well, and but unfortunately, India lost Saini because of injury. He was looking in good rhythm. So, but overall, it's a, yes, Australian team sitting on a comfortable position, but still, India did really well, and it's like 60-40 kind of a day for India. I mean, India, like Australia ahead of 60-40, but still India did well. I believe this. I think Utkarsh network is, yeah. Can you hear Utkarsh?
Uh,
So, Paji, what do you think about the inclusion of Sundar? Like, people are talking about that Kuldeep was supposed to get chance, Kuldeep Yadav.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because I think you rather go for the control. Sundar kind of bowled 22 overs, one for 63, and I think that's pretty good. That's a good day's work for him. On a flat pitch in Brisbane, and I think the key wicket for them was Lavenshain. When they got him out and they had him at five for 213. So tomorrow so it's a big day. They get a few wickets quickly, and suddenly they've bowled in Australia out for hopefully under 350, and then suddenly you're back in the game. So look, this is not a very experienced attack, but with the level of experience they have, I think that this day could have easily been like 300, 320 for three or something like that, and they're looking down the barrel for over 500. I think they've done really well, and they could easily get themselves back in the game.
Correct, right. So, Anurag, how you think about the day?
I agree with Monty Panesar ji that Indians have done a good job. Seeing the way all the bowlers they didn't have that much of experience, but I really felt that Indians were looking for taking those major wickets, whether it was of Labuschagne or Smith. They succeeded in getting Smith out, but Labuschagne, there was a dropped catch. It could have been, as we know that it would have been 200 for 5, but now we are saying that it is 270 for 5. But nonetheless, I feel this Gaba pitch and ground is a typical old style Australian wicket with big boundaries, and ball, once it strikes the bat, it can go quickly to the uh, outfield is good, but still in the coming days there could be rain. It could be the pitch could change, and it could help the pacers as well. More, it would become more quicker. So it's going to be interesting.
yeah.
I
So
feel seeing the way things are going out, it will be a result test match, no doubt about it.
So, Monty Paji, you have played cricket in Australia against Australian teams so many times, and as Anurag mentioned that there are chance of rain in coming days, and we have seen in past also that whenever the rains come over there at Gaba, the condition of pitch changes very quickly, and with amount the kind of if suppose Indian team batting at that in that situation. So, what do you have a thought about during that time?
Yeah, look, look, it's if it rains, then fine, then pitch conditions will probably will change. But look, Gabba is a fortress for Australia. Regardless of the conditions, they haven't lost since 1988, and India have never won a Test match at Gabba. So realistically, with this depleted attack and not seeing the full India lineup, even if it's a draw or if they keep themselves competitive in the match, I think India have done well. I don't, look, history will be created if they can beat Australia. Probably be the greatest, overseas victories, I think ever. Without the likes of Virat Kohli, without Ashwin. They don't have some of the other sort of key players either. So this could be, if who knows, I was able to save a Test match at Cardiff, so miracles can happen. If India can win this Test match, it would be, it'll go down as its greatest victory in Test cricket.
And it's like a blessing disguise also, we can say, for the players like Sundar, Natarajan. They were in a tour as a net bowler and they got a chance to play a Test match and representing Indian team from like, they never thought in their before the start of the tour, they have never thought that they will be playing a Test match for Indian team, and they got a fantastic opportunity. So this is like a blessing disguise also, like injuries to some key players and they are getting a chance to playing 11.
Yeah, absolutely. Like this cricket is like that, It's a funny old game, This is like coming into the tour, and I'm sure these players are probably thinking that they probably won't get a chance to play, and next thing they got a game, for themselves. So it's a great time for them, and they've got the opportunity to showcase their talent, and good luck to them. Good luck to them.
Yeah. So I'm sorry for the inconvenience as I was battling some serious technical issues, but I'm back. So Paji, coming to Washington, Sundar, he got his he made his maiden appearance in the Test match cricket and got his maiden wicket in the form of Steven Smith, mammoth wicket. But today, as I noticed that he was bowling much of the middle and leg line, middle leg stump line, as Ashwin bowled in the first Test at Adelaide, the day-night Test. He also was inclined towards that middle leg stump line. So, what do you think? What strategy is it bowling the middle leg stump line?
I think because to tighten the batsman, so they don't have much room, and also you have to play at every ball, and it's something that Indians do really well on a flat pitch. I've noticed from other attacks, they seem to get they're more kind of like line bowlers. They'd rather have the batsman playing at the ball than leaving the ball, and they like even look, like Varun said, 9 Test matches they've had. They haven't got much experience, but they still, 570 odd. That is still pretty good, I think even like a proper, with a full Indian team attack with Virat Kohli, everyone in there, they'll be thinking, yeah, let's tomorrow get a few more wickets, and suddenly we're back in the game. So. I think India's had a great day, to be honest, and if they took a couple of them catches, I think India would have look, I think the score could have been something closer to, getting them all out. So, it's something India do well. They have a very good game plan in bowling on flat pitches, and India, yeah, they're beginning to, I think people don't give them enough credit of how well they do. Away.
Yeah. Coming to the same point, Varun, that it has quite been a norm now for India that when everyone has written them off, they come back hard and strong, and that is what happened today when they were 200 for 3. Then suddenly Natarajan comes in and picks that crucial wickets of Matthew Wade, who was in good touch, and the centurion of the day, Manas Labuschagne. So. As Paji mentioned, the story of Natarajan, how do you see Natarajan from being a net bowler to today making his Test debut?
Obviously, I mean, for on a personal note, this is really a big achievement for him. From nowhere to a test player is like a dream for him. But he's responding really well. When even when he started his tour, he was originally not in a squad because he came in as a replacement to Varun Chakrabarti during T20 tournament. Then he got a chance to play T20 matches. He did well. He asked to stay there as a net bowler, and now we know that he got a chance. Made a debut today, and he bowled really well. And somewhere I feel like if we look back to 15-20 years, when any players is making debut, especially in Australia or in England, they used to be a lot of nerves around them. Obviously, anyone is playing any game, they have a fear of performance. You can say that nerves are always there. But nowadays, like because of IPL and the kind of cricket culture BCCI is providing to the players in domestic cricket, they already are so strong in their character, mentally wise. They are very strong, and they know that that nerves they can control. Like we have seen today, when he was bowling, when he started his spell, he was spot on, and he bowled really well within the line. And he got two crucial wickets because he was stick to his limitation. He never tried anything extra, and he was looking, although it was his debut match, but still he was looking very experienced about his bowling skills. And somewhere I feel it's because of the exposure they are getting in IPL, because the kind of exposure, it's not about the game, but it's about uh, uh, feeling that atmosphere, feeling of that pressure. They already went through and during the IPL time, and that is somewhere helping all the newcomers. And whenever they are making their debuts in such important games, such important tours, they are feeling a lot more comfortable, I believe, as compared to what used to be happen 15-20 years before. And somewhere this thing is really helpful to these new players. Same thing happened with Sundar also. Same story for Sundar. I mean, he was there as a net bowler, and even no one were even thinking about that. Even he can play a match. Everyone thought if Ashwin is going to be, if Ashwin is not available for this game, definitely Kuldeep will make a way. No one have ever thought that Sundar will get a chance, and it's a beautiful story for them, for Sundar and Natarajan, and they responded extremely well. And I really hats off to them, and I wish them a good luck that they keep on performing like this, and tomorrow morning they bring some a great spell and some magic for Indian team. And
Yeah,
definitely Indian team is doing really well, and it's a good phase of Indian cricket actually.
yeah. Um, Definitely, every player is determined to perform. So, Paji, if you were to make a choice between Washington Sundar and Kuldeep Yadav, whom to pick for this Brisbane Test, with whom you would have gone?
I would have gone with Washington Sundar, just let alone that the finger spin, in Australian conditions and the flat pitch, the possibility of losing that toss, then yeah, puts a huge pressure on Kuldeep Yadav, who's a fine bowler, but I think a good second spinner, and probably someone with India Test series, sort of with England, traveling to India, that's something he may get a chance. With Jada, well, Varunda Jadeja, being injured at the moment. So I think it was a sensible decision to play Sundar Washington.
Yeah, and not only players have been injured in this series. India played with 20 players in this series. 20 players, and not only players. There's also a disease which players caught in this series, and that is the disease of catching. Because today also, Indian players dropped three catches, couple of catches of Labuschagne, and again Green was dropped. So how do you see this disease of catching and how to overcome this disease?
Yeah, look, these issues, always happen in games where when there's a rotation of players, it's difficult to, when you get a new slip cordon in, you're going to drop catches. The keeper issue, they had Saha obviously with Punt injured, but it's a communication thing. There's something that they need to sort of practice where they got to think right. Where we may have different players in the slip cordon, but they can't afford to drop catches. So I think overall, like India's been brilliant, in terms of how they've responded, and they've dropped a few catches. But they can't be dispirited by today's performance. They got to think to themselves, yeah, okay, 5 wickets. If we didn't have Lavishane, it could have been 4 for 108, 280. You're looking at 450, 500. Now you're kind of thinking, well, we got Smith out early yesterday, we got Warner out early yesterday. We got the big guns out. Now, if we get a couple of more wickets, we could be, we could easily not come over for under 300. That's ambitious, but let's say 320, 350. I think that's a great day for India. They're able to do that. They're back in the game. So I think that's what they need to do. They really got to take the positives out of today and try and get to, try and bowl them out as soon as possible tomorrow morning.
Yeah. So I don't know how much difficult it is, because you've played first class cricket, also represented Delhi. So how much difficult it is to actually play with an unsettled unit where the players keep on changing match after match. So how much difficult it is for a captain and also for the players to keep that bonding?
See, personally, I believe like at this level, obviously, the captain gets the challenge of making a team as a unit. But at this level, when players are already getting an exposure through IPL and through other A teams, that tours and trips, they are playing a lot of cricket abroad in India. So as a gel, they are playing together so many matches in domestic circuit also. So obviously, the only problem or only kind of thing you can say in such situation like in this series, when team is suffering a lot of injuries, issues are coming, and they know now they are limited with only this resources. So that is the point when team coach and captain is they are the main people. They will motivate the newcomers. They will give them that cushion and that comfortness that you just play your game. You don't need to worry about anything. You are part of this team, and you are the one who is going to take Indian team ahead in this game. And all these players are professionals, and they're playing so much of high class of cricket. So if as an individual, definitely as an individual, they know that they got a chance to represent their country at the topmost level. So at one side, it's very like a happiest moment for them. Other side, there's a pressure of performance is always there for every player in every new game, new day. But yes, they are confident enough, and the captain is doing a fantastic job. Rahane did, because Indian team is playing with a stand-in captain, because your captain is not there in the trip. So as a captain also, he's doing a fantastic job, Rahane, and he really, as a collective, we can see like I was noticing that players were having a good time, like Rishabh, Pujara, and Rohit Sharma. They were having a good time in slip cordon when the bowler was bowling, and so this shows that as a unit they are enjoying within the and during the match also. They are not taking the things anything on their like as a pressure. They're enjoying their moments in ground, and that is the best thing. I mean, they are not like the whole day Indian team never looked like dropping their shoulder. They were very much involved in a game. So this shows that as a team they are gelling up very well, and captain and the coach is doing a fantastic job.
Okay. Anurag, a question that every fan must have, because after that Virat Kohli's paternity leave and the way. So my question is, the way Ajinkya Rahane has led the team, what's your take, or how much satisfied are you with Ajinkya Rahane's captaincy?
Anurag is not there, I guess. He's not.
Yeah, I think. So moving to Paji, last couple of questions before we wrap up today's show. Paji, first thing that again Navdeep Saini got injured while bowling today. So is it because of the sand-based grounds that in Australia where bowlers find it hard? Means the landing is quite hard. So it's because of that bowlers sustain injuries in Australia?
Yeah, that as well, and I think it's it's playing a lot of sort of just white ball cricket, which then the body isn't used to bowling huge amount of spells, and this is something that the Indian team probably will have a look at and think how can we the IPL's done brilliant to produce players ready for Test match cricket. What about the fast bowlers? How can we develop sort of training programs where they actually can deal with the loads. So that's something they'll probably have to look at. And also, they've never seen the Indian players go through so many players during a Test match. So yeah. So in my opinion, I think they've done really, really well.
Okay. Yeah. So last thing, and it is that who do you see tomorrow emerging as the savior for India, or how much do you see the score which Australia will go for? Means how much do you see Australia going for tomorrow?
Look, Australia will be looking to get up to 400, close to 400, and they'll go past that if they can. But it's look, this Indian team, they always find a way of getting wickets, and they've played so much together that they enjoy this moment. So look, it's not going to be so so let's say easy for Australia to just think, yeah, we've had we haven't lost a Test match at Gabba, so we'll expect to get to 400. I think this Indian team will be definitely looking to bowl Australia out, as soon as they can, and I do believe that this Australian team, they'll be very much wary of the Indian batting lineup, knowing that they didn't bowl them out on a Sydney pitch. They'll be looking to get as many runs as they can, and look, you effectively, this is not the best Indian line player team we're playing. This is like India A
Yeah.
effectively, and they've done really well. This shows the strength of Indian cricket. Like I remember when Australians were top of their Test cricket, you were able to put out two teams, and they'll be in the top three or the top five of world cricket. And I think India's the same. This is like an Indian A attack, and they I think they can compete with most Test nations.
Yeah. So it's the Indian A team playing with Ajinkya Rahane, Cheteshwar Pujara, and Rohit Sharma, where the leader of the bowling attack is Mohammad Siraj, who is playing his third Test. So this is the full bag of experience which the bowling unit has. So last question, Varun, that how much important will be the Indian opening pair, Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill, who in the previous Test gave some steady starts to the team. So how much important will be they for the team?
Definitely. I mean, in any game, opening partnership is very crucial, and especially in this game, again, Indian team will be hoping and looking that Rohit and Gill produce a good partnership as they did in last Test match. And if they manage to do a good partnership, definitely it will bring a good base for Pujara, Rahane in middle. But if anything goes in other way, that if Australia manage to get early wickets, so definitely it brings a lot of pressure on the remaining of batsmen. Especially we know that Mayank Agarwal, he will be playing in middle order for the first time. He's an opener, so it will be a new experience for him. More of that, he'll be somewhere some kind of a pressure back of his mind that he was dropped earlier on. Now he again got a chance, so he will be keen to perform. So definitely any batsman coming in middle, they prefer to come when the ball is little old rather than coming at 10 for 2 or 20 for 2 at that situation. So definitely opening partnership is very crucial, and myself and every Indian is hoping that Rohit and Gill must produce a good partnership and good start to Indian team. And I'm sure the way they played in last game, the intent they have shown in the last game, definitely they can have a good amount of run in this game, because the wicket is much better than Sydney as compared to their batting
Yeah.
style, because they love to that bounce there, because the kind of batting they do, they will enjoy the bounce of this wicket. So definitely it's a good chance for them to produce a big innings. And definitely Gill and Rohit, they played well, but both of them must be looking for a big inning, and this is the right time to produce a big inning.
Yeah. So on this very positive note, and hoping that they produce some good scores tomorrow. Let's wrap up for today and meet tomorrow after the day's play of tomorrow's day's play, and we'll be here hopefully. So thanks Paji, thanks Varun, thanks Anurag, and all the viewers for joining in.
Pleasure.
Thank you very much. Thank you.